let it drop. Let it drop.
Today with us, we have the honor of sitting with State Representative Tehmi Chassion.
I appreciate it.
Welcome. Again, this isn't your first time with us in the studio. Welcome.
Great.
Good to see you again.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.
Yeah.
Appreciate being here. I got my red Northside shoes on.
Okay.
My boys basketball. We're in the playoffs, so we'll try to pull it off. So I was calling you for earlier. I was like, I gotta go to practice. I gotta make it to practice.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
Ain't nothing
Thank
wrong
y'all for
with
having me.
that.
I appreciate y'all.
Oh yeah. So you have a lot going on because you on top of the games. You are getting ready to go into another session,
yes,
legislative session, as our state rep. You know, and I'm like, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. But it's so much that you want to get done. I'm trying to make a difference in the entire world, and then our state, and then our parish, then our district. And it's so much that you want to do and get accomplished that it's like there's some low-hanging fruit that I can grab those, and I just don't want to. As I was explaining to y'all off camera, I don't want to miss something. There's something. This is an unlimited year. We can run whatever we want. I mean, they've ran bills. People don't want to get a ticket on the Chaffalaya, so they banning speed cameras, and can't cross a golf cart over a state highway. But I want to cross my golf cart. It's like, well. You can literally do anything. You can change it. That's why I keep asking over and over, Facebook, social media, at the meetings, DPEC, vote. Like if there's anything y'all can think of, anything that makes even the slightest difference to increase the way we can live and appreciate life. That's all I want to do. That's it.
So my question.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you get to this point? Where did it all start?
I can explain. That's easy.
This is your second year as a state rep?
Third year.
So man, that time went by fast.
I know. So what occurred is in 1999, I graduated from Northside High School. I'm class valedictorian. I had never made a B. I wanted to make my mama proud. That's all. Make them A's. I was paying the light bill and the water bill. And I got to LSU, and I'm in calculus class, and the second or third day, I don't understand what the teacher's talking about at all whatsoever. Like the teacher is teaching, and it is a foreign language that I don't speak. Wait, why don't I understand this? This is numbers, this is symbols. And go to the teacher and explain to him what I was feeling, and had me open up. He found my book from high school, opened it up, told me flip to where we stopped. And I think I got it, but then I go back and then I go some more and like, okay, I remember this lesson. I kind of remember that one. I definitely don't know that one. We had finished half the book. And he's like, son, you're gonna have to drop this class. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to drop the class. I'm thinking to myself, I'm not dropping a class. I had heard a W was the worst thing in the world, a withdrawal, which is really not. But I'm thinking, well, man, this will actually drop me under the amount of hours I needed to even keep my financial aid. So I can't drop it. And this man, the kindest man in the world, he agreed to allow me to not take any more exams and to catch up if I agreed to go to tutoring. And I could go and ask him any questions. So I went to tutoring 2 days a week, then 3 days a week, and actually caught myself up, finished the rest of my final half of the high school book, and then, but it was still going to class and was just trying to maintain. I had a cool friend named Brian who was able to catch me up. And once you're caught up, math builds upon itself. Once you can get caught up, you have no problem. So at that point, I decided right there, like, man, when I go back home, I'm running for school board. I'm not gonna let this ever happen again. And that was you know, that little backstory, a villain backstory, a hero backstory. Like that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's my origin story. And with that, I said that's what I'm gonna do. And it just happens to be that right when I was graduating with my doctorate, I spoke with Mr. Sam, Ed Sam, God rest his soul. And I said, Mr. Sam, I will never run against you, man. Just whenever you're done, just let me know. Mr. Sam drove to my house one day in his little white van, open the door, I watch him get, hey, Mr. Sam, what's going on? Hey, just want to let you know, I'm not running no more. It's all yours. So when you look at the timeline, my dad was the first African-American elected official, the youngest ever. He was 21, same seat from 72 to 86. Mr. Sam served from 86 to 2010.
Wow.
And then I was in the seat. So me and my dad skipped each other by one person, the great Mr. Sam. And then I was in the seat from 2010 to 2023. I just wanted to make a difference. We helped move Northside from an F to a D to a C, and a 1.5 points from being a B. And like I said on the last show that I was on and on the latest news, when we make it to a B, tell y'all right now, taking off all my clothes. I'm telling y'all right now. And when we make it to an A, I'm running down Louisiana Avenue butt naked. They're gonna look at me, Tim, stop, man, stop. That's not true. My mama says, stop saying that. I'm telling y'all, because that's how proud I would be of my kids. Like, you'd be like, be serious. Like, y'all can come put it on Facebook Live the whole night. He's serious, because we have struggled so long.
Yes.
Great kids, great education, but the overall kids coming in a little behind, transitional kids at a sixth grade level, but now you're ninth grade. We're catching those. With the ACE model we were talking about off camera, Todd Mouton, Nick Pugh Family Foundation, they are gonna make it happen. Falk, F to a D to a C, gonna be a B. Boucher, F to a D to a C, gonna be a B. Yeah. We're gonna combine that, can't wait, naked.
I think it's so exciting to,
I don't know if I want to see that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know y'all don't account for that. No, nobody really saying naked on y'all's show, but that's what I'm doing. I'm telling y'all now. That's how excited I'm gonna be. Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
I think it's exciting because so much of your approach is one, community oriented.
Yeah.
Giving back to public service. But like the example you were just given of the schools and their growth, right? Like it highlights for so many people that the people aren't the problem. It's the pouring the resources into the community, right? And it's like what happens when we give a school a lot of resources and we give a community a lot of resources. We see it thrive.
Yeah, we got the best of the best teachers, and it was an incentive. It's $12,000 more than what you're currently making. You're at 48. You can come make 60. Come be a part of something special. Miss Mesa, one of the top principals, we knew Miss Mesa was one of the top principals way back then. She turned Karen Crow Heights, AJ Bob Lilly into a top performing school. Like the right people, the right administrator, the right staff, and I mean they're rocking and rolling over there. And I just want to help. I just want to help. I want to, when I pass away, man, that dude tried to help. Man, that dude tried to help. There was a guy recently, saw him, man, you related to Tehmi Chassion? Yeah, man, that was my daddy, man. That was my dad. Man, you know your daddy gave me my first job, man? Man, your daddy did this, your daddy did this. Man, do you know your daddy helped me get into school when we moved from Houston and they weren't accepting me and your daddy went over there? Like, I just want to help. Life is short. Like, I don't want to be full of it. I just want to help. And if I can't help anymore, I'm just step to the side. But in the meantime, just do whatever you can to help.
Yeah. And along those lines, and you said it earlier about, like you would come to our vote meetings, you would talk to DPEC, you would tell any and everybody that was listening to you for ideas for bills. So can you let people know how simple it is for them to give you an idea for a bill? It may already be law, but may need to be tweaked or amended. How can they present this to you and for you to take it and run with it?
They can email me at tchasson@legis.la.gov. They can email me at hse044@legis.la.gov. They can email me at tehmichassion@gmail.com, TehmiChassion@gmail.com. They can call my cell phone number at 337-315-9234. And you can text or call. Send me a direct message on social media, Facebook. I don't have all the Twitter. I guess I got to get on Twitter and everything finally, and Instagram. But I'm on Facebook. But it's the ability to tweak a law and change a law, it's just that. There was a law that was, I didn't know, my mom would fuss at me riding on the highway. My mom says, get out the left lane. You're riding in the left lane. You got to get in the right lane. Mom, it's 2 lanes. It's 2 lanes. What are you talking about? I'm a state representative, and I'm clueless about that law. I can admit I'm not perfect. My mama is, though. My mama's an angel. So my mom's telling me, you got to get out the left lane. So left lane, right lane. Okay. Mom, I'm fine. No, you can pass somebody, but you got to get back in the right lane. Mama, stop it, Mama. It's 2 lanes. I see cars riding in the left lane. I get on the phone. I know a state trooper. I'm going to dial this number. Hey, man, quick question for you. Me and my mama ride, and as he starts to say it, I'm like, oh, Lord, let me. I'm trying to press my volume down. She's right. I didn't know left lane on highways are for passing. You're not supposed to ride in that lane. You ride in that lane, they can give you a ticket. Didn't know it. Same thing, law-wise, you can tweak and change. Some people were upset that folks are driving too slow on state highways. Okay, well, what's the law? Law was, keyword was, if you're driving 10 miles per hour or less, they can pull you over and give you a ticket. It's 60, you going 45, they can pull you over. Well, some people are not happy with that, so they change it to or less. It's not 10 or less, it's just or less. So if I'm going 55, as we're in committee, I can get a ticket? Yeah. What? If I'm going 58, technically, no, don't technically mean I can get a ticket. But what's the speed limit? It's 60. But we know most people, I say, wait, are you really about to say that most people go over the 60 mile per hour mile? You're not about to say that, right? Oh, no, sir, but people do tend to go 65, so there's a grace bracket. You're not supposed to say that either, apparently. But
No.
so if I go 65, can I get a ticket? Well, we won't give you, but can I get a ticket? Yes. 62? Sir, nobody, but can I? Yes. But if I go 60, yeah. But if I go 58, I can't. So I need to go exactly 60 on the Chafalaya? Hold on. I'm a little confused. So you can actually take that. I can go back and change that to 5 miles per hour or more. So I'm saying or less or more. So it's just any possible change, any speed limit, any camera light, any jaywalk, and just anything that you can think of. You can literally change it. Today I just submitted a study. This is going on in Lafayette. It's killing me right now. You go somewhere to a local restaurant, you buy something. Your bill comes out to $19.31. Okay, well, I give you a 20. I'm expecting 69 cents back. They're doing away with pennies.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a shortage on pennies and we're not minting pennies. We're doing away with it. Okay, great. Where's my 69 cents?
Right.
Okay, they will bring you 2 quarters, a dime, a nickel, and that's it.
That just happened to me today.
Ma'am, where's my 4 pennies? Oh, we don't care pennies anymore. Okay, well then, ma'am, then why do I lose? Why y'all not rounding up? It's a problem for me. Okay, maybe a petty problem, but then in the grand scheme of this penny takeover, I mean, if I can collect all the pennies in the world, I mean, I'm a rich guy. Okay, so ma'am, let me get this straight. If I turn around and my bill is $19.64, can I give you $19.60? Because I don't have any pennies either. Oh, I have to provide the pennies, correct? Yeah, so I can't shortchange you, okay? Then what you did with the pennies that I gave you, or the last person gave you, or the last person gave you, bring me my pennies because I put that in my daughter's piggy bank. Like, it makes no sense. So now we need to do a study because that's a form of price gouging of some sort. Not
Right.
technically, but little things like that like bother me where those few pennies add up to
They
a
add
family
up.
that's not rich.
Yes.
I want all my change. And that's what's going on. I went to 4 stores today, all the way ranging from Maurice to the south side of Lafayette, the middle of Lafayette, North Lafayette. And all 4 places like clockwork, shortchange me pennies. I'm missing 12 cents. That's all I can think about driving home. I want my 12 cents. I want my 12 cents total.
So I think, Timmy, in all these stories, you highlight a really, really important thing the vote talks about with community engagement and using your
Right.
voice, because you said people can come to you with ideas, but what a lot of people may not know at home is when those bills get brought, they first go to a committee.
Yes.
And people get a chance to show up at the Capitol
Yes.
and tell their story and say why this matters to them, their families, the community. And very often those are the most impactful sort of testimonies. It's not just coming from a rep or a senator.
Right.
It's coming from the constituents. And that's really where people have a voice in this. It's not just voting, but I think the second biggest part beyond voting is actually using their voice to come to the Capitol and advocate in many ways.
Yeah, I'm assuming, I shouldn't even say assuming, I know Consuela's coming.
Yeah.
I know she's coming. I know you're coming. We've got 2 bills that she presented to me that we've already filed, and we're gonna get to present them and to give the testimony of what's actually happening live time to people that actually, they all truly do care. They just, folks have grown up differently than everyone else. Everyone's grown up in a different city, different area. You know, you were poor, you were rich. You know, you grew up different than me. I understand, but it's at that point I can talk to them ahead of time to tell them what's coming and get a feeling and a sense of it. And if it doesn't make it out of committee, it dies right then and there. So it's the testimony that means everything. We're gonna pass. It passed last year, but we ran out of time. A fallen police officer, family upwards of 2019, couldn't keep his insurance. So you got a wife, or if the wife passed away, you got a husband, you got kids. Why can't they keep the insurance? Okay, well then, as of 2019, you could keep the insurance, but it would be paid for 2 years. Okay, so well thanks, but now my 7-year-old is now 9 and they don't have any insurance. Like, help me out here. So locally for Lafayette, we unfortunately have 2 situations with Officer Jolivet and Officer Middlebrook, of the remaining families that are still have living members that it would help for insurance wise, and we're talking about like $32,000 total, like 16 grand a piece, whereas currently within that 2-year gap, the full 16 per family is provided from our local government, LCG. Once you're outside of those 12 years, they'll cover the 12,000 of it, but there's an extra 4,000 of the 16 that they don't cover. And it's like, well, hey guys, listen, within the great city of Lafayette, we can't find $4 grand. Like, we can't find $4 grand. I said this during I said this during the actual testimony. I said, guys, listen, where I'm from, boy, when we short on something, we have a pork steak sale. So if I got to have a pork steak sale every year, and folks were looking at me like, what are you talking about? I said, where I'm from, some people go shake a boot. You know, some people do a raffle. We do pork steak sales. Like, do I have to have a pork steak sale when I see us like wasting money all the time? Just help folks out. How can we make the world a little bit better?
That's it. That is it. So, you know, with us, we focusing on criminal justice.
Yes, ma'am.
And of course, you already know because you were there for the special crime session and saw a lot of things that Vote had a lot to do with over the past few years since you've been in there. And I've taken a look at some of the bills that have been proposed, and I'm like,
I know.
It's just not improving. No. So I'm like, where, you know, I guess it's like we take so many steps forward and we've taken, I don't know how many more backwards.
Large steps.
And like Matt was saying, you know, with being able to go and use our voices, and we encourage people to do that. But with what we've seen and have experienced at the Capitol with some of the committees, there's a lot of disrespect, a lot of folks talking, a lot of people not even paying attention
Yes, ma'am.
to your testimony, and what you're talking about is as if, I'm not going to say is, but as if their minds are already made up. In regards to the bill and their position on it. So how do you encourage people to come out to the Capitol and let their voices be heard?
You still have to come. You still have to file them. You can't ever give up on it. But what I've noticed, and I take a completely different approach than everybody else, what I've noticed is there are some things that are just non-negotiables for some folks. So depending on if you're Republican or Democrat, for some reason since I've been there, I've noticed that criminal justice reform seems to be a Democratic issue, and it's like, well, I don't know why it's actually that, because there's crime everywhere, and we just want to help folks, and we want to rehabilitate folks that are getting into trouble. And then, as we talked off camera, if we can get some universal pre-K, then like we can stop that. I was gonna say prison to pipeline.
School to prison pipeline.
School to prison pipeline. Like if we could manage to stop that, like what do we need to do? I've noticed that depending on what the bill is, you can look at it and I can tell you ahead of time whether this has a chance or it doesn't have a chance based upon the culture and climate, based upon there being 33 Democrats, 72 Republicans. But there's a small window, and it exists for every single bill, where you truly have a chance. And I can see that window close so quickly based upon how it's presented, the wording of it whenever it first comes out, just making folks aware that here's a problem. We can tweak this or change this particular problem, but I'm not trying to make it easier on criminals. Like, I agree, like you do the crime, do the time, but at the same time, like, can we look at everything, and it's to get folks to stop and pause and look at everything holistically. It doesn't exist. Like, we operate in a vacuum of, okay, so what are you trying to do with this? But no, I'm trying to compare it to this, but no, it look like you're trying to make this easier. I'm like, no, but the penalty for this doesn't match the penalty for this, and it just doesn't make any sense. So it's disheartening at times, it is, but I've really found that there's an avenue for every single thing, but when you think you've had it truly figured out, and you've got the greatest bill in the history of bills, and you just know you're about to change the world, and they'll shoot you down. And then they give you the same old, man, this is the place where great bills go to die. Average bills, bad bills pass. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna run something this year that got shot down in committee 2 years ago. And I think I have a better chance now, and it's the same bill. I don't think anything's changed. Nothing's changed. I shouldn't say I don't think nothing's changed. It's just, we just have to keep plugging away. You cannot give up. You're doing the right thing. We're gonna, automatic expungements, we were talking about that. You shouldn't have to file anything. I shouldn't have to write anything. I shouldn't have to even make a request. If I didn't do it, or it got dismissed, or like, it should just be automatic. So but apparently there are some things that already been put in place, but to me that's not automatic. If I still got to do something to get that, it's not automatic. So we're still fighting it, and hopefully with your opioids we can make some headway.
Yeah.
So to follow up that, because a couple years ago you and I had a conversation, and so much of politics is often us versus them.
Yes, and I don't know why.
And you said to me, because you've developed a reputation of working across folks at the Capitol, right? And so I wonder, how do you approach that? Because Norris has said before on the show, right? Like, we got to get more people on board. We got to bring people into the fold. We need everybody involved in this. And so it can't just be us versus them. So how do you go about building a coalition?
I can tell you. So it starts with my Acadiana delegation. So the folks in Acadiana, the Annie Spells, the Brockmeyers, Josh Carlson, Troy Hebert, Jacob Landry, Bo Boyer, Marcus Bryan, everybody, like, we all work so well together, and it's a nice eclectic mix of Republicans and Democrats. So you start with that. So you present that to your delegation, like, hey man, without y'all, this is dead in the water. I need your help with passing this. At that point, I noticed that something exists, and that I know my Democrats don't agree with me, but it bothers me. I know when that bill is gonna pass or not pass, period. I can tell by the way it started. I can tell by the questions that were asked. I know Democrats are against it and Republicans are for it. Okay, great. I understand getting something on record. I get all that. You want to get it on record. But there's a very thin line, and the line is not straight. The line is just depending on the day, the time that it's presented, the nature of the bill, where the questions at some point become like an attack, and the Republicans may take it as an attack. Even though we're so passionate about it, I gotta fight for what's right. So I'll go and tell them ahead of time, here's all my worries and concerns. Like I don't even sit there and ask them questions right there live time. I'm not trying to embarrass you. I appreciate your support on my next bill. I know where this bill is going, so I'm not quitting, I'm not giving up on it, but I go tell them ahead of time. So then to go and explain to somebody, hey, you're saying 5 or more, you gotta do this, but 5 or less, you gotta do that. Well, listen, let me tell you my problem. Oh, Timmy, oh no. Very standoffish, oh no. But wait, no, just listen to me. 5 or more versus 5 or less, can't have that. I don't wanna hear it, but listen, what happens when the number's 5? And they're like, what do you mean? Well, you're saying 5 or more, this occurs, 5 or less, this occurs. But what happens when there's 5? I'm telling you something's wrong with the bill. Oh, okay, it should be 5 or more, 4 or less. At that point, oh, okay, man, I really appreciate that. Yeah, I just wanted to explain to you. Plus, like, while we're here, like this is wrong. There's no reason to, like, I'm not gonna bash you. I understand you think you're doing what's right, and who's to say I'm right, and I think you're wrong. But in the meantime, like, let's figure out how we can find a nice compromise. And I know you may or may not listen, but at least you're willing to listen to me, because me asking you questions live time, right then and there, in front of everybody, you think I'm embarrassing you. I go and talk to them one-on-one privately to let them know, here are the problems that I have with this bill. Can you help me on this? And they've tweaked and amended, and we've added kids to tops to allow different things, and just trying to help out.
Well, man, I tell you, we're gonna have to do another show.
It's over.
We're gonna have to get you at the end of the session to see if you still have the same energy at the end of the session in June.
There are days I leave there and I lose my mind
because
I done gave up on society and hope, and I just want to go lay down. But yeah, hopefully I'll still have it. I promise you I will.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
For coming and sharing that with us. We appreciate you.
Anytime.
And all the hard work that you're doing.
We're going to keep trying. I done lost all my hair.
Yep, and you'll probably lose a lot more this session.
Right, so.
Y'all stay tuned.